FHA SFR Appraising Handbook 4000.1, page 170. Narrative comments. Field. There's nothing in it. Protocol. FHA recognizes the limitations of form reports and the UAD format. If multiple prior transactions exist for the same property within 3 years prior to the effective date of the appraisal, the appraiser must analyze and report those prior transactions. Field. Summary of sales comparison approach. Protocol. Explain the comparable selection and any necessary explanation of adjustments. Explain any adjustments exceeding guidelines. Explain which comparable sale or sales is/are given the most weight or consideration and why. Explain the thought process used to reconcile the range of adjusted sales prices into a single indication of value. The summary must generally reflect on the degree of comparability of each comparable sale to the subject. This may include discussion of the relative size of gross and net adjustments, date of sale, location, design, or other pertinent characteristics. The value indicated by the sales comparison approach must be consistent with the appraiser's reasoning. Field. Indicated value by sales comparison approach. Protocol. Enter the indicated value. 9. Reconciliation and conditions of appraisal section. The appraiser must consider all appropriate approaches to value and all information relevant to the subject property and the market conditions in the opinion of market value. If there is insufficient space in the reconciliation section to list and describe the valuation conditions noted, then the appraiser is instructed to insert a reference in the reconciliation section. See additional comments section on the page and list and describe the items under the heading required repairs/inspections. If necessary, due to space limitations, use an addendum with the same heading. Page 171. Field. Indicated value by. Protocol. Enter the indicated value for each of the approaches to value developed. If the approach was not developed, enter ND or not DEV for not developed. Reconcile the three approaches to value with a brief description of the validity of each approach with respect to the appraisal assignment. A. Conditions of value estimate. There's a big old box for when, and the other box says then the appraisal should be rendered. When there is/are no repairs, alterations, or inspection conditions noted by the appraiser, then the appraiser should be rendered as is. When establishing the as is value for a 203K, then the appraiser should be rendered as is. The property is being recommended for rejection, then the appraisal should be rendered as is. The intended use is for pre-foreclosure sales, PFS, in accordance with 24 CFR 203.370, or claims without conveyance of title, CWCOT, at 24 CFR 203.368, or the intended use is for pre-foreclosure, foreclosure, or REO, then the appraisal should be rendered as is. When the subject is proposed construction where construction has not started, then the appraisal should be rendered subject to completion per plans and specifications on the basis of a hypothetical condition that the improvements have been completed. When the subject is under construction but not yet complete, less than 90%, or then the appraisal should be rendered subject to completion per plans and specifications on the basis of a hypothetical condition that the improvements have been completed. When the mortgage type is a standard or limited 203K, then the appraisal should be rendered, subject to completion per plans and specifications on the basis of a hypothetical condition that the improvements have been completed.